The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. You remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action. Now Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the option, it's Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jalen Reagor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he's got Rome. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Cardinals 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
56, check 56. I'm going back to you. 56, Mike, 56, right there.
Throwing now is Murray. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
He's going to look deep for more. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one, 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner. And
it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Murray now. Escaping the pressure right. Murray has the first down and more. And finally down at the 32-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
From the 40 now on second down. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Off the option, it's Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. He's going to look deep for more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch tight end. You got 3 down.
Running right, Jones. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So Wilson heads to the sideline, and on comes Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any.
The ball comes out. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. To throw, it's Murray. Being chased out left. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing on first down is Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Off the option, it's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Alert, alert, alert.
Off the option, it's Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ronald Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And my goodness, another interception. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 46. And they'll begin by running the option. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
This is Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 140 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
They'll run for it with Akers. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't it?
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ronald Jones, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now Myers for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed two, but this one is good.
57, Cardinals 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply... Gone down to a knee at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A big play there on the catch and run. is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run here with Akers. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Murray flips this forward on the jet sweep. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Akers, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Murray's got to have this one. He'll buy some time right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack. And it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the visiting Cardinals who came away with the victory. So now they've got a chance here to sweep the season series if they can get the victory in Glendale. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Murray. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Zaven Collins showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the 49ers have scored again, really extending that lead. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Murray now on 1st down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Here's Murray from midfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he should be able to pin him back deep. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there on the run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they